What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another video. This will be my ranking of all the live-action Spider-Man movies. I will not be including the animated Spider-Verse movies in this list. Only the live-action Spider-Man movies. So, yeah, let's get started, shall we? Pretty much, in honor of Spider-Man Brand New Day releasing next July. Hell yeah, hell yeah. So coming in at my number 8, for me personally, The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one, The Amazing Spider-Man 2012. Why did we need the origin story again for the second time pretty much in film? Although they changed some stuff. Like pretty much, the person pretty much involved with, Uncle Ben's death, and of course the Lizard as the villain, not really one of my, has never really been one of my favorites. And plus his plan was pretty damn idiotic. Oh, I'm gonna turn the whole city into lizard people. Yeah, pretty idiotic plan. And the suit, this is definitely, I don't really like this, Andrew Garfield's first Amazing Spider-Man suit. Because, mainly of course, because it kind of looks like, first of all, the lenses really throw you off because the lenses literally don't have the bright white that pretty much all the rest of the suits have. This first Amazing Spider-Man movie, it pretty much just has, it literally looks like he's wearing sunshades on his mask. Yeah, therefore it really does take you out of it. Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy do have great chemistry, but other than that, this movie pretty much is nothing to write home about. I mean, the one action scene that I will give credit to is the school fight between Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, and Lizard. That is the one great action scene in this movie. But other than that, nothing else really to write this home about. It's not really. But other than that, again, nothing really to write home about with this movie. Number 7 for me, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, this is definitely an improvement. Well, in some ways, anyway, an improvement. First of all, of course, Andrew Garfield's suit definitely looks way better. They pretty much gave him the white eye lenses on the mask there. So of course that's of course really great, and the chemistry between him and Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy was still really great, especially the scene where, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Amazing Spider-Man 2, she dies. And Peter's pretty much just crying over a dead body. I thought that scene was done so damn well in the movie. Jamie Foxx as Electro, he's a pretty good villain. I know a lot of people don't really care for the blue look. Well, pretty much in some of the video games and some of the comics, he pretty much is blue. So, however, I do understand the complaint, and Jamie Foxx does do a good job. And Dane DeHaan's version of Green Goblin, Harry Osborn, he does a good job. I think his look of Green Goblin is definitely better than Willem Dafoe in 2002. Because, obviously, with that one pretty much being, a Power Rangers suit, in this, he actually full on kind of, looks like a goblin, like with this green skin and everything. And it's a damn good look. And I kind of do wish, like, his version of Green Goblin came back one day, like a future Avengers movie or something, because I definitely do think he could do another really great job. The action scenes are all pretty well done. Like the fight scene in Times Square between Spider-Man and Electro, that fight scene was pretty damn good. Pretty damn good action scene, and of course the Power Grid final action scene with Spider-Man and Electro was done very, very well. And the clock tower fight between him and Harry Green Goblin was done was also done well. And Paul Giamatti as Rhino. Now, pretty much, we look back at that version of Rhino and we're like, yeah, his Rhino suit definitely better than what we got in, Craven the Hunter. That's for sure. Yeah, yeah, literally, after I watched Craven, I literally was thinking in my head, man, I take back every single bad thing I ever said about Paul Giamatti's version of Rhino. Yeah, give me that cartoony version of Rhino any day. But yeah, the suit, yeah, it kind of does look like a Power Ranger kind of type of Iron Man-y looking suit. And he's got machine guns. Now, yeah, I know this is, but I mean, it's still cool. Although I do wish that, the end, literally, the last shot of this damn movie is in the freaking trailer. And so just when you think that you're about to get, oh yeah, badass fights in between Spider-Man and Rhino, it cuts off and it gets to the end credits. Screw you trailers. Screw you trailers for this movie, by the way, for putting that in there. But hey, it's my fault because I watched it back in the day when it came out. So yeah, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, um, definitely better than the first, in my personal opinion anyway. So yeah, it comes in for me at my number 7. Number 6 for me is gonna Number 6 for me is gonna be Spider-Man Homecoming. Now this is of course a really damn great Spider-Man movie. Of course, Tom Holland being brought into the MCU in Captain America Civil War was obviously, really great. I know a lot of people like to complain about the whole, oh, he's Iron Boy Jr. and all that stuff in this movie, but hey, he was still pretty much, learning pretty much. And plus the tech suits. I know a lot of people like to bitch about the tech suits and stuff that Tom Holland Spider-Man gets in his movies, but I actually like the tech suits. I liked, Robert Downey Jr.'s inclusion in this movie. Thankfully, it's only a few scenes, and thankfully, he doesn't really take away the spotlight from Tom Holland's Spider-Man at all. His two Michael Keaton as Vulture, he did a really damn good job. They actually made the Vulture suit look badass and cool. And the action scenes, I mean, the ferry boat rescue is a damn good action scene. The action scene at the Washington Monument where he's got to save all of his classmates and stuff from being crushed by an elevator. That whole sequence was awesome. And the final fight with him and Vulture, pretty damn good. And of course, that end credit scene, thankfully, we're finally going to get that paid off in Spider Man Brand New Day next year with Scorpion, thankfully. And so, oh yeah, Spider Man Homecoming, still a really damn good movie. Number 6. Number 5 for me is going to Number 5 for me is going to be Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, this movie is another really great movie. I love the whole, like vacation, kind of like England kind of setting for the movie, or Europe, wherever it was. I forgot. No, wait, I think it was London. Of course, Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury being integrated into the movie. Um, Again, doesn't take anything away from Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Yes, I know a lot of people bitch and complain about, why are these people mentoring him? He should be standing on his own. And guys, look, I get it, I get it, I understand it. But like Halo, that's kind of the risk when you're, in the MCU and you have all these other heroes and stuff surrounding you. You know what I mean? Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. Thankfully, they made Mysterio actual, look actual, look really badass and not goofy looking like he is in the cartoons and in some of the video games. No, they actually made Mysterio badass. And of course, those Mysterio illusion sequences when he's messing with Spider-Man's head, like all of that is really great. Like you get the whole zombie Iron Man coming out of the grave. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. And of course, that end credit scene where it's and of course that end credit scene where it was, revealed that, Mysterio pretty much revealed Peter's identity. Yeah, yeah, at first you're like, oh shit. But you're like, wait a minute, we're in the MCU, so wouldn't this get resolved in like 4 or 5 minutes? And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen No Way Home, it does. So that so now when you go back and you rewatch Far From Home, that end credit scene really doesn't have much impact anymore. But yeah, though, Spider-Man Far From Home, still a damn good Spider-Man movie in my opinion. Hell yeah. Number four for me, number four for me, Spider-Man 3. Now I know a lot of people are like, oh, but this movie rams in so much just like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 does. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. However, at the same time, it doesn't cram in like a crap ton of stuff pretty much. Yeah, you have the whole thing with Sandman and Sam Raimi wanted to only have Sandman, but the studio pretty much forced him to include Venom in this movie. But no, Topher Grace's version of Eddie Brock. I mean, yeah, when it pulls back the like Venom face, it's pretty it's pretty hard to buy, Topher Grace as, an actual intimidating, Eddie Brock, pretty much. But however, though, I think for the little bit of Venom that we do get in the movie, he was really good. The whole theme of for forgiveness works very well. Obviously, where Peter has to learn to forgive Harry, James Franco, and of course him forgiving Sandman for what he did, because it was revealed that he was the one that killed Uncle Ben. Which, yeah, I know a lot of people complain about that whole, plot point. But anyway, I still think that, this was a great way to close out Tobey Maguire's trilogy. Um, Kirsten Dunst is MJ Mary Jane. Yeah, she is definitely at her most bitchiest in this movie, for sure. However, I could still tolerate it. And of course, all the stuff with Sandman, the actor playing him did a damn good job in the movie. And of course, all the action scenes. I mean, like, the action scene with Peter and Harry among the buildings and stuff. That whole scene was cool. The whole action scene with him and Sandman in the like underneath the subway chain and him in the black suit. It's awesome. It's badass. It's Yeah, I know a lot of people like to complain about, the whole dancing scene and him becoming, emo and all this stuff once he does have the black suit. But like, hey, again, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies pretty much were always goofy and silly. So what'd you expect? But hey, I grew up with these movies, obviously. Born in 99, I grew up with these movies. So yeah, Spider-Man 3, still a really damn good way to close out um the trilogy. My number 3 for me, Spider-Man 1 from 2002. Now I think that this movie is a really damn good origin story. Tobey Maguire was the perfect choice to play, you know, Peter Spider-Man at that time, pretty much back in 2002. And Kirsten Dunst as MJ does a good job. You have Willem Dafoe pretty much eating every single scene that he is in as Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, and James Franco as Harry. He did a good job. Now, yeah, some of the effects, like you could tell, are pretty dated for like a 2002 movie. But hey, though, this is still one of those classic, pretty much classic origin story movies. And yeah, I know I don't really care for it either. The Green Goblin suit and the mask and like, thankfully they got rid of that in No Way Home, and said, okay, we're gonna give Green Goblin a new look. So yeah, thankfully they fixed that, and by the time we got to No Way Home in 2021. But still, though, still a pretty good movie. Of course, the action scenes were all really great, and hell yeah, Spider-Man from 2002 still, aside from some of the effects, still does hold up very well. Number 2, Spider-Man 2 from 2004. Better sequel, amazing action sequences, like that whole action scene between Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus on the train, still one of the greatest action scenes in comic book movie history. Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus, of course, did a really great job. No, yeah, there's not really much, really, Spider-Man like action in the movie, but hey, that's okay. And of course, you have the whole scene where Harry pretty much finds out that it was Peter that killed his dad, which obviously, which would pretty much set in the events of Spider-Man 3, 2007. So yeah, though, I'm Spider-Man 2, 2004, damn good movie. But coming in at my number 1, you guys knew this would be my number 1 anyway. Spider-Man No Way Home. This movie, as a Spider-Man fan, this movie gave me everything I could ever ask for. Like, and so much more. I mean, all the villains, of course, coming back. Alfred Molina, Willem Dafoe, Jamie Foxx. They pretty much build off from where we left the villains pretty much in their original movies, and pretty much expand on that. You get a much better version of Electro in here, although I didn't. You get a much better looking version of Electro here, to where it's pretty much got pretty much got the yellow electricity and stuff. So that's cool. You have Sandman and Lizard, which you could have taken Sandman and Lizard out of the movie, really, and I don't think the movie really would have changed much, because yeah, obviously the actors obviously weren't able to be there on set, because obviously this was back during the pandemic and stuff. But still, though, I mean, really, Sandman and Lizard are mainly just there for mainly just the action scenes, like not really much of any really story based purposes or anything like that. But you have Tom Holland Spider Man that does another really great job, and yeah, I know that a lot of people did or a lot of people were. I know some people were kind of pissed that what we're already doing is origin, like the third movie, and this and that and blah blah blah. It's like, I get it, I understand it, but with Aunt May pretty much being Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man's pretty much his pretty much moral compass pretty much in the whole with great power comes great responsibility thing. Again, still a damn tear-jerking scene when Aunt May dies. I mean, and of course you have the action scenes. The bridge fight with Doctor Octopus is a badass action scene. The the apartment fight the apartment fight between him and Green Goblin, a awesome fight, especially when you know that Willem Dafoe pretty much did his own stunts in that fight. Really damn good action. See, just how shows that out of all the villains, yeah, Willem Dafoe is the one that really just was pretty much itching for a return, and thankfully he got his return with Spider-Man: No Way Home. I mean, it really shows how just maniacal and diabolical, and pretty much reminds us all why Green Goblin is Spider-Man's archenemy. And thankfully, they got rid of the Power Rangers looking costumes. So, and it's just Willem Dafoe's face, and the way his face just, just that smile alone. You're like, yes, this is Green Goblin. See, you don't need a mask. And of course, when Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's versions of Spider-Man show up, it is just awesome seeing all three Spider-Man interacting with each other, um, sciencing each other out, making cures for each and every one of their villains, and of course, seeing them all in action. It is just a Spider-Man fan's dream. Again, something that we would thought we would never see on the big screen. And yet we got it. We got to see all three Spider-Men together on the big screen. And then oh yeah, I almost forgot to talk about Doctor Strange. But yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, he did a good job in the movie as well. And again, doesn't take away anything from Tom Holland's Spider-Man. That's what I love about these. Look, guys, look, look, guys. I know the complaint that everybody and their damn mother likes to bitch and complain about. Why is why are these MCU heroes in a Spider-Man movie and this and that and this and that? Well, guys, look, pretty much because they're pretty much there to serve Spider-Man's story. It's not like they're there and they take the spotlight away from Tom Holland's Spider-Man. No. Which is why I'm really excited for for Punisher and Hulk in a Brand New Day next year. Because I know that they're not going to take away, anything from Tom Holland's Spider-Man. If anything, they're just going to, add to pretty much his storyline. And of course, the ending of No Way Home, to where Peter pretty much has to make the ultimate sacrifice after curing all the villains and sending them home to their universes. Which I know a lot of people are like, how they don't get to see, where the villains and like what the villains' lives are like. Probably because the movie would have lasted probably another like 15 or 20 so minutes if it did. Anyways, I was saying, the ending, of course, where Peter has to make the ultimate sacrifice to pretty much save those that he loves, and of course, where nobody remembers who Peter is, they just remember Spider-Man, and he's all by himself in a crappy apartment, and yet he still smiles and puts on that gorgeous red and blue suit that we're gonna see more of in Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Just all gets you so excited for the next Spider-Man movie, and hell yeah, Spider-Man: No Way Home just is still like. Just Spider-Man: No Way Home, yes, even all these years later after seeing the movie in 2021, still a damn good Spider-Man movie. And again, though, And of course, you get all the payoff with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Like Tobey Maguire seeing Doctor Octopus again. Like that was a great moment. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man I'm catching Zendaya. That was a great moment. Again, Tobey and Andrew don't take away from Tom Holland's Spider-Man story. They add to the story. They add to Tom Holland's story. So yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home, still the best Spider-Man movie, and we will see when Brand New Day comes out if that sticks. We will see. But yeah, though, how do you guys feel about my Spider-Man movie ranking? How would you guys rank the Spider-Man movies from worst to best? And yeah, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe as always for more videos. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you guys get notified whenever I upload brand new videos. With that, I will be seeing you guys later. Peace out.